Hi and welcome. I wanted to give you a sneak peek, not a sneak peek, but a view. It's not a sneak peek, it's going to be a tutorial. But I do have a little sneak peek of the Graphic 45 travel notebooks. And they're kind of rough, but once you get them put together, I am in love with these. I'm not a planner person. I've tried to be, but I have now found I like these. There's a lot of reasons. You don't have to use Graphic 45 paper with these. I love the paper because there's also a watercolor paper in here if you like to doodle. They're a great size to take anywhere with you. They're durable. And another thing with these is you can personalize these. Christmas time, Christmas paper, you've got yourself a really neat Christmas planner. You want one for school? Get yourself a school paper. I'm going to be using Simple Stories Say Cheese 4. And the reason I chose this is it's so happy. It's not just because I love Disney, but it's a motivational paper for me. And you'll see with all the happy words, fun, welcome, it's just great. So I decided I liked the pretty, but I wanted to go with something a little different. So I thought I'd do it on camera with you. Now, first, this one is the one that we just did at the Big Bear Retreat in California. And this was done with the Prima Golden Coast because we were in California. So let me show you. I started to use it, and then I thought, and there goes Wilbur. I love it. It's very pretty, but I'm not 100% a beachy person. I do like the colors. I love the gold. And so I decided and I actually started using this, but it's okay, because you know what? Then I'll take it out and use it for something different. And this is the one, so I can't show it all to you, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And I would use this as a recipe type planner. We're doing this up in Washington this weekend at the Simple Ease. It's Ginger Sisters, my sister Scrapper's sister Karen. It's her retreat house, and we're doing this as one of our projects. And I'll tell you what, it is just gorgeous. And I'm loving using the other papers. You can put charms on here. I got it backwards, but that's okay. So what I want to use is the Disney paper. So I'm going to show you how I put mine together. And here's the beautiful thing about this. They're not expensive. You don't have to buy this leather cover, be stuck in it. You can change your theme depending on how you feel, any of that stuff. So when you first get it, you're going to be like, oh, this thing's really stiff, but it does loosen up really nice. And you can get the refills here at countrycraftcreations.com, and I have the Traveler's Notebook, and we just got a bunch more in. I'm going to keep these in stock because these are wonderful. So when you first get it, it is a chipboard, a lighter weight chipboard. I kind of opened it. For me, I like to, there we go, soften it up and get this to go flat. Then we need to remove our elastic band, but don't lose that. So you have 3 different notebooks. One has a graph paper. So again, maybe bills, or maybe you like to draw to scale. Line note paper. That one's always my first one because that's the one I'll go to. Now, I call it a watercolor paper because it is, and it's great. So if you want to put pictures in here, there's our baby Wilbur. You can put pictures, plus you can tuck things into the pocket. I'm going to show you how I do those pockets. So I'm going to set that aside. And here is our cover. Front, spine, and back. And I don't take those out. And the paper I chose was this one because it's kind of like your travel paper. There's your summer ice cream. Not just Disney. It's summer. And then I'm going to use the back of it, the polka dots. And one reason the black, it's going to get dirty anyway from your hands. And I'll give you measurements here. And I like to double mat mine. So we're going to double mat this. It just gives it more of a finished look, and we'll do the spine. And I cut my black mats. You'll want 2 black mats. And these are going to be the solid is 4.5 by 8.5. Let me double check here. 4.5 by 8.5. And then I cut my pattern papers at 4.25 by 8.25. Now you can even trim them down a little bit more if you want more border. I thought that was perfect. And then I have an 8-inch piece that is 1 1/8, and then 1 inch, about 7 3/4. And you can use the wording, but I'm going to use the red polka dots. Let's get started with our front cover. And the first thing I want to do is take my 4.5 by 8.5 piece of cardstock and mat that first. And with the art glitter glue, and we sell it at countrycraftcreations.com, you don't have to worry about this lifting. Four 4.25 by 8.25 is my top piece. Remember, you don't have to use graphic 45 or prima. You can use your scraps, or maybe you just made a project for a gift and you want to, or a wedding album, and you want to make a wedding album journal. So then you can use your scraps and make the wedding album journal to go with the wedding album. Or if it's a baby, you can have a mom's journal. So lots of fun things keep coming to my mind of what we can do with these journals. Don't worry about the holes. We're going to poke it through. You can use your, I'll show you, if you've got a big bite. I'll just show you how I poke it for those of you that don't have a big bite that is deep and will go through there. Okay, we do want to make sure we're getting that secured down though around that bracket or eyelet. And maybe you just like to change your journals out and you like to more of a bullet plan. A bullet planner is where you do your writing, your lining, your doodling in here. And that's me. I will not follow a day-by-day schedule. It just doesn't work. And I did round these corners just using my corner chomper. Like I mentioned, the back tends to get the most, collects the most dirt. So I went with a black. And the polka dots were just perfect. Now for this, you can cover the whole thing if you like. And you know what? I may recut this. I'm going to recut this. I want it to be a little wider. And that's okay because that was with scraps. And I hadn't really, done a measurement. So let's do a measurement. Let's do 1.5. Got a piece here I can use. It's dark outside. I'm hearing a lot of noise. Not used to this cutter, and I don't really care for it, but it's okay. So 1.5, much better fit. Much better fit. know what that sound is out there. So those dots were like a, you know, I'll be right back. I need to see what's, somebody is already doing fireworks. And it's a little early in the year. I'm going to take this first one. I'm going to cut up about 3/4 of an inch in the center. And then from each corner to the center. Well, get a hold of things there. Repeat on the back side. Now I cut the red piece at 1 1/8 by 6 7/8. Put some black ink on the side. And again, I'll just go up the center. And this time I'm going up more of an inch. Center, and you can mark your centers if you want it more precise. And let's check our fit. Now it's not going to fit because it's too long. So I'll cut that guy off. And we'll repeat. Okay, that's better. So go ahead and cut, if you want an exact measurement, 6 1/4. This one isn't really an exact science. It all depends. You may even want to go a little bit longer than I went. The only thing is my older dog. I feel so bad for her. I don't know if you can hear those. It's the end of May. It's not even, no, it's not even the end of May. It's the middle of May. It's not time to start. The dogs just aren't ready. And we live out like in the country, so we love it to be quiet. But I'm afraid it's getting less and less. Okay, there's my outside. Now the inside, let me show you what I do. So don't freak. One thing that I like to do is I just take a spatula, or you can use your bone folder. Once you get the pocket started, I find this is the easiest way to draw this. Don't worry about if you take a little of the paper off, because you're not going to see it. And you'll find this will come up quite easily. And then it will go down wonderfully with your art glitter glue. So I've already cut the pages to my books. That's going to go on the front and back cover. So what I'll do is now the scraps from that, let's put those over here. Okay. Now the ones that will work and fit, I will use on my pockets. and you'll have 2 of them. So you have quite a few to choose from. The only thing is you want to make sure your patterns are going to go the correct direction. And I'll also use them then to mat the back. And you do want a corner or around a circle punch that will go through everything. Or you can just hand draw it and then cut it. So I'll show you what I'm going to do. Now you'll notice one thing, this pocket, when you use it for a pattern, you'll do it backwards. So my first one is going to be on the black. And you can turn it over and draw it on the opposite side if you want. You just have to remember the direction that it's going to go. And with your pencil and drawing on the back side, I can push a little harder so I can see it much better. And I will hand cut my circle since my corner rounder is still packed from the last retreat. And then cut on the inside of that line. So you cut your pocket matting just a hair shorter so it'll fit nicely. And then with scissors in hand, I'll round that corner off. And on the inside of my pencil line, I will cut my circle. Check my fit. And then if it's not fitting exactly how you want, we're going to take it off the top and the side. So place that in a cutter. Just remove maybe a 1/16 of an inch, just tiny. Same with that flat side. I don't like to mess with the curve there. And let's trim a little bit more off. So just go little by little until you have your size you want. And then let's make our hole a little bit deeper. Or using your round, a circle punch, and then just set it halfway in. And I'm going to go get mine. Okay, I recut mine so I can do it right. And I went ahead and traced it. But I did go get my cutter. My thick one. Only because this is like the perfect size circle. Put it right inside of there. Not quite deep enough, so I'll take it a little bit deeper. Until you get your fit. I'm going to take just a little bit off. Hate when your cutters kind of don't do a clean cut. You know, I cleaned up this mess once today, and here I am back. But I couldn't wait to get started on this. And then we'll do both pockets the same way. Whoa. I'll tell you what, too. This paper is not like working on the linen. It grabs that glue fast because it's a very stiff, dry paper. So it's going to grab a hold of that glue fast and just suck it in. That one's great. Let's see if it's big enough. Nope. So I'm going to go red polka dots. Now, you've got to remember this one is going that way. Cut to the inside of that line. Around the corner, or you can use a corner chopper. Check our fit, and I can see it's off, so I'll give it another quick trim. The only thing I wish that Dolly made a better, smaller cutter. I have one, but it still doesn't do the small intricate, and so I'm kind of at the mercy of the ones with blades that you change, and they're just a mess. They're not perfect, and I'm not too worried about that. Thank goodness for ink. It covers up those spots from the blade. Sort of. A little more on the edge with that. That's why I like textured paper. It hides a lot to the texture. And this is smooth. We're going to put our pocket back down exactly where it was before. And then the thing to remember is you could mat before, but you want it to slide down into the pocket. So I'll wait and put the pocket on and then measure again. I have to hold that for just a moment. To make sure it's down. I liked it because it's also a little more, seems a little more grown up on the prints. Let me show you. So we've got lots of fun ones to choose from. And then here we have, you've got your little, you know, your Disney kids. But yet you've got some grown up looking prints in here too that work well. I'm going to go with blue. I'm going to cut this 4 3/8 by 7, and you're going to want 2 pieces. So use one and then the other. Let's check our fit, and it won't go all the way down. And then I'll go ahead, oh, I think I'm going to use blue, that's right, on that side. Go ahead and round your corner. There we go. Now you can mat on the inside here if you like, but you really don't see it once you get your notebooks back inside, because they take up quite a bit of space once you mat those. Ink our edges. I'm inking from the back side so I don't get too much ink on the front since it's black. Oops, remember, this this isn't nice and slippery like the artisan. There we go. I think this is the cutest thing right here. No, it's going to be great. So I'm going to put this on the side. Bring over my sage cheese. Always add adhesive to those stickers so they become permanent. You want them to be totally permanent. Everything's going flying. For me, that's the coffee cups. I need those to start my day, even though they're teacups. But for me, they're coffee cups. And 3 cups a day is a good number. And then always start your day with Make-A-Wish. Not just at Disney, but every day. I will do some decorating on the outside when we're finished. Now we can go ahead and grab our notebooks. And it doesn't matter to me which one is in order, really. I do like my lined paper to be the first. And so my first piece is going to be the floral. And I've cut these to 4 inches. 4 inches by 8. And then 8. And you're going to want 6 of them, 2 for each notebook. And I'm going to round the back so that it matches. And you really don't want it to go too far over on that edge. That's what's going to sit inside of your elastic bands. And for the inside, we're going to just do it on one pocket, and I'll show you that in just a moment. But we're going to rip the pocket out just like we did on the front cover from here. And that will be your pattern, and you need to make 6 pocket covers if you want. Right on that edge. We'll go that way. Get a little closer on the edge. There's number 1. We won't put them into the book yet because we need to decorate them. And it's easier to decorate them out of the book. So I'll just show you. I'm going to do the black. and the magic. I'm going to do the magic. So I'm going to go ahead and get the corners, and I'm going to put them down exactly like I just did. So I won't do those on camera. You saw how I did that. You just add your adhesive, glue them down, and then we'll come back and we'll decorate the covers and the inside. For the inside of the pockets, you're going to repeat the same thing. Just take this pocket off, and then for the front and the back, you will use it to draw your pocket. Now, you can also, this is made, you could slide your paper straight down in. And then draw around it. That will work too. But I wanted to take it off and show you. So I did the one pocket because these are going to be all basically the same. After I traced it, I did cut out, I cut the lines from tracing it. And you might have to adjust it a little bit. So cut from your straight edges, the bottom and the side if you need to. And then I'll round off that corner. And then we have just a little bit of a rounded corner at the top. And you'll need to do this 6 times. And if you're using this for your pattern, don't forget, I'll show you on your back pocket, you need to turn this upside down, just like we did on the smaller pockets on the front of our book. So again, just trace them, cut them, and it's pretty hard to get them exactly perfect. And you really don't have to, because we're going to also do some decorating. And I already did the back, same thing, stripes. And I'm going to re-adhere this. Like I said, you don't have to tear these out. I just want you to know you can. And then you'll have your pattern. And make sure you draw another pattern on a piece of cardstock so that you'll have it for your future albums or travel notebooks. Make sure there's no glue. Make sure that's holding. I did the stripe paper for inside. This will be the middle one. This is from a cut apart sheet, so you may not want to use that one, but I just loved the words. Very encouraging. Love the chalkboard. And then we'll do the inside of these. And then we'll put our book together. Back now to finish up our books. I went ahead and did, because I don't want to do all 3 of them on camera because they're kind of repetitious. But let me show you. We'll do the decorating on each one. I just cut 1.5 strip of pattern paper. It's 1.5 by 4. You'll want to cut 6, just like I did on this one. Oh no, I didn't do all of them. I did not do on this one. And then I did here. You can do 1-inch strips. You can do 1.5. You can go all the way down if you like, because you'll be covering it up. I just did my 1.5-inch strips. And let me show you. So I did this one. I'm going to finish decorating the front of it. And we'll put our cards right there. Now what I did is I chose the cards that were kind of, more, because I'm not taking this to Disneyland. I'm going to use it every day. Like I took this one and then my white gel pen, and I wrote coffee on there. Best day ever, things like that. So I'm going to set this one aside, and let's do this. We'll come back to this one. Let's do this one. And here are my 1 by 4-inch strips. Now what I did on these, I did round the corners since the book's rounded, but you don't have to. You could just do a strip And where I'm doing this one for myself, I probably am not doing, you know, it as much as if it was a gift. If it was a gift, I may cover this whole thing inside, unless it's like with the Prima paper, because this one just turned out really, really pretty, even without putting anything all the way down. All right, let's put, so my strips are, again, are 1.5 by 4. And let me show you what I picked out. So I picked out, for this cover, just a scrap piece from the tickets. This paper is more of, I call it a watercolor paper. You'll notice when you feel it, it is a little bit heavier, has a texture to it. So it's going to be great to put those photos on. You can also watercolor on here. I did on another one that I don't have. You can put your, it's a nice heavier paper, like I mentioned in the beginning, for putting your photos on. Whoops. So if you maybe are doing this themed for Disney, you might want to put your photos. Mine will be just things that we were doing maybe outside, playing with the grandkids or at the park that just aren't really a theme. They're just more of a junk journal thing. So I'm going to also oh, here are sticker sheets. There's a camera on our sticker sheets that I just love. So this will kind of remind me, this is my pictures. And then what's really cool is if you do happen to fill this up with your pictures and journaling, then you could put it inside of a mini album. It would be great inside of a mini album. And I'm going to take this chipboard off, since this is going to be dedicated to photos. Again, these are so versatile. You can dedicate these to any, oh my gosh, the themes are endless. So let's bring out another flower from our sticker sheet. Whatever it is that's going to make this feel happy for you. And then I have smiles ear to ear, and I've already smeared my ink, so I am going to put a sticker on the side there because I smeared my ink. Maybe I'll just choose a different card. And I also took out some of the ephemera. Let the adventure begin, because again, it is just adorable. Oh, this is cute. There we go. I'm going to turn it over and use the ephemera. Fun this way. And so I don't want to put it, I don't want to adhere it down on all sides. And then just flip that up. And do make sure we don't get glue back there. Now, this is also a great summer project. If you have some little scrapbookers at home this summer, you might want to pick up a Princess collection, the Pirate collection from Echo Park, this collection. Let the kids make their own album. their own little journal for summer, that they can journal and keep track of what they did for fun. Now we're going to go ahead and do this page. I'll do this page on camera. I'll go back and do my others. One thing I did was I put a strip down. So let's go ahead and get into a new sheet of paper. These would be really cute too. Let's do. I like to decorate the first one. And I did a 1-inch strip on my others, but I'm going to go ahead and do this full strip here. And they are 2 by 2s. And I want to make my strip that length, 6/8, or I can go 2, 4, 6. I'm going to go up from the bottom. Each one is 2 inches, so 2, 4, 6, 8. Makes for some easy measurements. Around those top corners, the outside. I'm going to do this just on the first page of each one of my booklets. Whoops, forgot to turn those notifications off. There we go. Now, you definitely can go through and add more if you want. You can add tabs, which I did on this one. Just all different sizes, shapes. All I did. So this one's going to be more down in the bottom. So these are going to be perfect, the 2 by 2s. Okay, let's strip off. I'm just going to fold that in half. I think I'm just going to use the polka dots since I'm not really going with the theme. And I will start with my other ones. I know this is going to be my last page in my book. Don't want it to stick out too far. Maybe a 1/4 of an inch. See, that just gives me a placement of my last album. And then I'll do a middle on my black one and the top one. And I'll do those with you. So you can put the strip at the top. Great use of all your scrap papers too. Again, make this as a pregnancy journal to go along with the baby album. And then after, Mom can put it inside of the album along with her pictures. Oh no, I had Believe here. Like I mentioned, the whole thing for me is I just wanted this to be super happy I'm going to put that halfway on. I want it to be super happy, a great summer journaling type thing. So when I grabbed it, you know, it was just automatically happy. So you can also go back through and do as many pages as you like. And then we're going to put this one. This is going to be my last one. So first page, well, not first page, but that's the cover. And so what I want to make now is the bookmark that's going to go inside of there. So I took a 1.5 by 8 inch piece of the black cardstock from when we did the matting, and then a 1.25 by about 6 7/8. And you can leave it just like that, but I'm going to go ahead and cut the bottom like we did on the strip for the spine. So up the middle, and then on that corner to center, and let's repeat on the smaller pattern paper piece. Now check my fit, and if it's okay, you can ink it. If it's not, go ahead and just trim it from the top. Don't trim it from the bottom, just cut off whatever you need from the top. You can mat both sides also, and matting both sides will make it even stronger. Now let me show you with your chipboards. On your chipboards, when you get them, the back has stickiness that you can peel off. I want you to push it through and be careful, because you don't want to remove that sticky part. If you do, then you need to add some baby powder to the back, or you need to mat it with your cardstock. We're going to now put it at the top of our bookmark, but you only want to add glue to the top of your bookmark, okay? And then you're going to put your chipboard down. So I already made this one, and I'll use my paper clip clothespins. And then the whole idea is this will be open at the bottom. And here's the other one I did. So I've done 3 of those, and I want to now take my book, and I'm just going to open a page. The whole thing about our paper clips is that you will, not paper clips, bookmarks. You'll have a bookmark. And that's what I did here with the Prima chipboards. There's one side there and the back side. See how it sticks at the top? Very cute. While that dries, and go ahead and add this to the back. Now, because I'm using this on the page, I'll remove the back. And on the front, coffee. Definitely coffee. This will probably be more of where I put down my budget or bills, because it's the graph paper. We all know when we're doing that, we need our coffee. Yes, definitely. Oh, happy day. Let me tell you, paying the bills. Now I want to take, isn't this border strip cute? Instead of using paper, I'm just going to use a border strip. But I want to cut this off at 8 inches. 6, 7, 8. So this isn't, you know, as precise as when you're making your mini albums. Doesn't have to be super perfect. Because it's for fun. And let's go with this being our center. So it's going to go down behind those two. These will soften up too as you start really using them. So let me go. Here we go. That way, I'm going to write down what this section is going to be used for. And you know, this is a good saying, worth the wait. I have to remind myself that. Remember, it's going to be worth the wait. And since we're going to focus on some of the budget in here, where I'll just write down maybe one thing that we like to do is write down what we're both tentative budget, what we need to budget for extra things, like what we're wanting, hubby and I. And so worth the wait. Just got to remember, all worth the wait. Again, this is a have fun. Use the ephemera. Then you can even go back with your different ephemera and add things. So maybe you have a trip that you're saving for. Put it in there. And a vacation you want to take. Cute camera. Gosh, so many cute things in this paper line. And it's always fun when we can use it not just for Disney. Okay, let's go ahead and just find a spot. I'm going to put this one in. See how nice that fits. And then I'm going to use the tabs that are on the sticker sheet for this one. We've got these 3 shapes. That one's there, so I'm going to put this one in the center. I use my tab punch for my Prima one. If you have a tab punch, those work great too. And now my first one. So I've already put this as my happy place on here. And I want to take this ephemera piece that says Dream Big. And I did the magic sticker. I started decorating and then I realized I'm not filming. I need to stop. Okay, best day ever. Bring this one down just a little. that was so cute for up here at the top. Now you even have it in your chipboards, so you can use your chipboards if you want. Let me find a piece of polka dots. This one I'm going to do the 1 by 8. Oh, time for another new sponge already. So see, you can make them any size that you like. And then we need a tab. Let's see. It says free wish. Wishes are always free. And look how cute this one is. Smiles from ear to ear. Isn't that adorable? For the back. Did I not have a back one? I did. I pre-cut. I like to pre-cut my cards. No, fun. Let's go with fun. No, it's not. It's not going to fit quite right. But perfect place for a chipboard. How cute is that? Kind of happy sunglasses to remind you to have a happy day. Heart. Always find the love in everything. I think that's great. On this one. Different. And I want to make a tab. Just a leftover piece. That's all that is. I'm going to fold this in half. I'm going to cut it, make it just a hair shorter. Glue it about 1/2 inch from the top. I won't glue it all the way up there because your glue's going to smush up there. Grab a page. Then our book. A couple of pages in, we'll go my bookmark. And we need to poke the hole back here. So if you have the big bite, it will fit through there. If you don't have the big bite, just find something that will poke through, something that's sharp. And I go through one side, and then I just go through the other. One side will be kind of poked up, so I just flatten it, push it back in. It's going to be hidden when we put our cord back in. And it won't go in as easy now because of that paper. That's okay. Now let's do a little fun on the front. This one in California, we already had pretty much the paper speaking for it, and I just put dream on the bottom. See, these were, I did the circles, and then I just did them half. So you can do so much. Cover. I'm going to take the kind of like subway words. You'll need to cut it down just a hair because your book's only 4 inches. Now that'll fit. Perfect. So it is 4 inches. I'm just going to be layering happy words and some chipboards. Because I don't want to cover up, you know, all those fun things, the camera, the ice cream, the airplane, you know, different things, different places to go, different things to do. The adventure begin. Definitely let's celebrate all those magical moments. Let's put that one in my box. That's from the ephemera. The chipboard, again, make it permanent by adding your glue. We also have flowers. You could take all the ephemera chipboards, put them in a box like this, and then just tell the kids get started. This would be so fun, especially if you have a trip planned to Disney this year. They have their autograph book, a place for their pictures, and then they can journal. You can, have them journal about their summer trips or trip or camping trip or Disney trip, whichever or all. Okay, I'm going to move this over here to my spine. I'm going to put a couple of smaller chipboards there. That one for a minute, and I'll put one at the bottom. So we have some stars. There's another chipboard. This one was the words. I won't do anything to the back. Now, if I was doing this for the kids, I would put their names there. I'd cut it on the silhouette. Put the kid's name or on the front here. We have castle. I think this one's just adorable, just to give you an idea of some of the different ephemera pieces that are really fun. Oh, I did not see that one. So you can see I'm just kind of taking out things that I like. Now, some of the other fun decorating you can do is with your different, let me close this, different colored ribbons. So I've got a blue, I have a red, oh, and I have this one. Just get into your stash. Now what I do is just in half. Just like when you tie it onto your tags. Make sure I go the right direction. Or if you've ever made little girls' tutus. I'll put them all on first, and then we'll cut them to the length we want. Some short, some long. Move it along the elastic band. And I am going, oh no, it's fine. Let's do some red. Don't really worry about your length. Because you can trim it all up after. You can use twine. Pieces of ribbon. Lace. Yarn even. More red in there. Then I'm going to move it more to here. And this is where my good scissors come in. Stand it more at this side. some blue. Let's try and use it. And there you have a travel journal. Again, make it yours. Just pick out what you want to use, your scraps, whatever, and then you can make tags, or you can use the tags to go in there that comes with your cut aparts. Now this one, there were some stickers, so I put extra stickers, and these are the 4x6 cards. So I put my 4x6 cards in the pocket just to have them handy, because I do write on mine. And then I use some more in the pockets. Or you can leave them totally blank. And now let's make a couple of the paper clips. So I can show you how I do those. These are actually really fun. Once you start making them, you're going to love it. Let me grab my paper clips. I'm going to do three of the larger ones. You can do your smaller ones also, and you can also use your ribbon on them. It makes it really cute. What I do is I measure. So you're going to cut your paper about 1 3/4. And the thing to remember, your paper clip, you want it to either go on your paper or in here. So I actually put it there so I don't make my flag backwards, just until I'm ready. So we can, this isn't quite 1 3/4, and it's going to be by 3. So I'm just going to leave it. It's going to be a little bit shorter, but it's a good scrap. And let me move my book. We're going to score this at 1/4 inch. I just go through it. I did. So much for that scrap. I'm going to have a different bone folder. And I always cut them at 3. You can go bigger. Now just check your fit. It should slide in there just fine. Like I said, putting it there gives me a visual, so I don't put it on backwards. Okay, 1/4 inch. Don't use a sharp bone folder with this paper. It does tend to crack a little, so I'm not going to burnish it. Up the center. Now, over your clothespin. It's not a clothespin, it's a paper clip, or if you're pretty confident that you won't put it on backwards. Trust me, I've done it enough times. Just have the center part pointing to the left and you'll be fine. It's kind of a mess. We'll bring that through. Now I just form it over the paper clip, making sure it will move, of course. If you're wondering, I just snipped it. It's 8 inches. I'm going to put it at the opposite end because that's where it's going to go on the paper. You can put it here. You can put it on either end, actually. I just like it to be to the back. Using your sticker sheet, you can use these guys. Chipboard adds a little dimension, or you can use your enamel dots. And not only are these cute for decorating, but when you put them on your page, let me show you. So you may be saying, well, what do I want that for? Okay, put it on your page. If you leave it there, then, here, this is kind of big, but maybe you just want to keep something on the page. So you just slide it underneath your paper clip. That's what those are used for. And I'm going to put this one, oh, and I'm going to tie this. It's not wanting to stay. So I'm going to cut a couple more. It has a nice big fat pencil mark down the center. Use it on a pocket, so I'll go ahead and erase that. But I'm going to use the front and then the back. Use it on the front of that one pocket. Score at 1/4 inch. So I'll just do one more with you on camera. I'm going to fold that over, ink the edge if it kind of cracks. Okay, once again, you need this solid part on the bottom. That top part will be like over on the right hand side, and then your part that's going to hold your paper will be to the left. You know, I don't know the exact correct names for paper clips and their folds and spins, but I'm sure there are technical names for those. This one, let's hold for just a minute. Do you remember when I mentioned autographs? You even have a book that says autographs in the sticker sheet that you could put on that section if you do make an autograph book for Disney. I don't have any enamel dots out, but it'd be cute to put enamel dots on these. My cupcake there. And then I'll make one more. I might as well make it since it's made. Let's use the red stripes. See how quick, oh, I already did score. See, they are quick. They don't take long at all. And they do add to your projects. Open end at the top, closed end at the bottom with the loop at the left. And these are a little bit smaller than that first one, and that's okay. They don't have to be the full length. So we do need to hold it for just a minute. Too big. Now that'll cover up our fun stuff. And there you have a traveler's notebook. And you can do that with any paper collection you like, any theme, anything in your stash. And they are so much quicker than doing them by scratch. And I hope you enjoyed this quick video. I hope it was quick. On making your very own traveler's notebook using the Graphic 45 notebook. You won't be disappointed. You'll love writing in it. You'll have a lot of fun making them very personal, making them your own. And that's what I really liked about it. I got to choose the theme. So let me show you it really quick. So we have a Disney theme. This one will be at our next retreat, a Prima theme. I've made a couple. Now see, this one's a little more shabby. I used some of the lace. And that was more of our beach theme. So pick them up at countrycraftcreations.com. We just got another new shipment in stock because they're awesome and I can't keep them in stock. Play with them, make your own personal journal, and be sure to share with us over on Scrapbookers of Country Craft Creations on Facebook. Thanks. I'll see you at the next video.